Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. It's been a long time since I last spoke to you in the squirrel suit. About a month or so it feels like at this point. And how about them Edmonton Oilers, eh? What they've done over the past 7 games is a little nuts in a good way. And I know last time I spoke to you in the squirrel costume, I talked about how I was a sad squirrel. Well, we're back at 500 for the first time since the puck drop against the Vancouver Canucks in Game 1 of the season. And this, well, I honestly, after an amazing experience up in the Sky Lounge at Rogers Place yesterday afternoon, I am one happy giant squirrel today. I will tell you that much. It's been an absolute huge turnaround from the Edmonton Oilers, and it took some things getting even, a little even worse than they were when I last spoke to you in the squirrel costume before they got better, but things have gotten better today. And I want to show off a little bit about what the standings are up to and a little bit about myself in that time as well. All right, but before we get there, friends, if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. I don't wear the squirrel costume every video. If you're new, it's just this shtick that I did when the Oilers really sucked one night right before a Halloween party, and it just was kind of sitting on the floor over here, and I just kind of figured, why not throw a little something different at it. Gene Principe the situation, if you might. No, but the Oilers, they've found a way to win 7 in a row. No other team in the Western Conference ahead of them has won 5 in a row. So we are gaining ground and fast. Yes, talk about it. The Vegas Golden Knights, with 4 games in hand, so technically counted 8 points up, are at the top with 43 points, which even 8 points up, they're still up at the top with 35. We're 10 points back nonetheless. However, for the Edmonton Oilers, count these standings, would you please? Vegas, Vancouver, Los Angeles, Edmonton is the next highest Pacific Division team. We spoke a couple weeks back about how the Oilers' playoff chances were something. And it was not like, oh, the Oilers' playoff chances are good, or wow, I can't believe the Oilers have the easiest path to the playoffs. It was none of that. It was simply saying that the Western Conference, whether it be the Central, whether it be the Pacific, we're kind of soft in the middle, right? That 7 to 4 spot was really soft in each division, and that allowed the Oilers to mull around a little bit, get on that 3-game winning streak, the 1 win under Jay Woodruff, the $200 block, lose 3, go win 7. Well, yeah, no, it's been solid so far. And now for the Oilers, the beauty here is, well, right, you're right in the middle of the pack. You're in the 4th spot in the Pacific Division. You are right now 3 points out of a playoff spot. Arizona has lost the last 2. St. Louis has lost the last 3. And, realistically, Nashville's riding hot, winning 4 of the last 5. But they only got 30 points, and they got 3 games in hand on you. So if you go out there and push this to a 10-game winner, well, you are right ahead of them just like that by the same games mark. So for the Oilers, things are looking much better than they were the last time I wore the squirrel suit. So that's where I know I've been memed about it a little bit over the course of the past few weeks. But hey, you know what? Sad squirrel can be a happy squirrel as well. I'm telling you, it's not like the squirrel costume only represents being sad. I've had some pretty good memories in this squirrel costume, mind you, wearing it the past 2 Halloween parties out there. So don't you worry, the squirrel costume can be a good thing. I've thought about it for the past few weeks. When am I going to bring it back? When's a good time to bring it back? As of yesterday, I thought if we won against Chicago, it'd be a good time to bring it back. But I thought, you know what? At the end of the day, I said the Oilers had almost done it. Doing that thing was getting to 500. They got to 500. So why not sit here and say, hey, they did it. And when it comes to everything I've said about the Oilers this season, I've meant it, right? I don't think anything was invalid by any means. The Oilers were a very terrible team way back when I wore the squirrel suit. They were a terrible team that was embarrassed and embarrassing to watch lose to the San Jose Sharks for multiple reasons. But at the end of the day, by no means were they written off. All along the way, I maintained that yes, you change some things, you get some different dynamics in here, and the Oilers will be a watchable product again because they are that team we know that can go on 7-game win streaks. I said it all along. The Oilers, the reason I was so upset were they were not the team that we knew they're capable of being Well, over 7 games, friends, we have the best goals for, the best goals against, the best power play, the second best penalty killer, something like that, best points percentage. We are right now that team we know the Edmonton Oilers can be. So that's the biggest part here. Is it's something I've learned over the course of 5-6 years doing this, is you ride the wave over the course of an Edmonton Oilers season. And we have rode some waves over the past 6 years, mind you. But the beauty here is this one seems to be getting back to nice and even seas. So that's awesome to see. 500's even seas, but guess what now, right? Even if you go out there and win 3 out of the next 5, you're gonna make the playoffs. That's kind of the beauty here. The Oilers 7-8 games ago needed to win almost 66% of their games, 2 out of every 3. All of a sudden you win 7, especially if you win that 8th one on Tuesday to go above 500 against Chicago. Guess what? Now you literally need to win 3 out of every 5 games. You can win 3, lose 2, and still technically make the playoffs based on how the standings are playing out. That's the beauty here. Like I said, the Western Conference has done the Oilers so many favors, right? You think about Nashville, who's in 28 games into the season, 30 points, to get 65 more points over the span of 82 minus 28. I can't do the math flying. That I guess should be, 82 minus 2 times 2. I don't know what kind of math I'm trying to do here. I actually don't know what I'm trying to do. Sorry. 82 minus 2, or minus 28. Sorry, I lost you. We're midway through the video and I lost you. 54 times 2, 108. So they need 65 of a possible 108 points. They still need 60% of their points to get to 95. So there you have it, right? It's kind of a tough uphill slide for everybody. And if anybody in the Edmonton Oilers realm in this Western Conference can get to 95 points at this current state, it is going to be the Edmonton Oilers, far and above, right? You would expect the Nashville Predators, especially, they sell off Tyson Barrie, they sell off probably UC Saros at some point this year. They're not in it to make the playoffs. They're in a playoff spot right now. You think about St. Louis, they have the drama with Jack Vrana today. Arizona's a surprise team, but do you really think Arizona's going to make the playoffs? I mean, they could, but against the Edmonton Oilers in that race, I'm betting on the Oilers. Even if you would have asked at 2-9-1, I would have told you the Oilers have a better chance of making the playoffs than the Coyotes, right? That's where we're at after so many years of terrible production from Arizona. So to sum it up, friends, it's been a good 7-gamer. I'm actually nuts about it. You know how I've changed my tune, and it's nice to see the Edmonton Oilers playing the hockey they have. And honestly, I'm a lot less squirrely these days when it comes to the Oilers playing a hockey game on a Tuesday night, especially against Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks, who do not appear on the top 10 list in the Western Conference. By the way, the Calgary Flames are in that bottom 6. Let's go! All right, friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thanks for being aboard this afternoon. I am up on out of here.